morning, everyone. Welcome to South America. Welcome to Rally Chile. We are going to have a pretty epic weekend. I'm Bex Williams. Alongside me is Mike Chen, and there are our championship leaders as we hurtle towards the end of the 2024 season. Thierry Neuville and Martin Vidager head up the championship standings on 192 points, which you can see on your screen now. Their teammate at Hyundai, Ott Tanak, on 158. And Seb Ogier, our 8-time world champion, on 154. What are we going to expect from this weekend then? Quite frankly, who knows after the last few rounds and what we've seen out there, but we hope you are going to join us for every single kilometre of competitive action. Yeah, don't be alerted, everyone. That is just a warm-up for Thierry Neuville's eyes. Good morning, Mike Chen. How are you feeling this morning? Ready to go?
Good morning, Bexy. Ready and raring.
Excellent, excellent. Now, for Thierry Neuville, it's been mixed fortunes here in Chile. Of course, the first year, massive accident. Last year, second on the podium. And a brand new shakedown stage for the drivers to experience out there. Almost 7 kilometres in length. So it's a good stretch for them to get to grips with conditions.
Yeah, it's a good road, this, and it's nice that the organisers have put on a long stage. The drivers are able to just get into a little bit of a rhythm. One thing about this piece of road, though, is that it was used earlier in the week as the test road for the P2 cars, so it has been repaired since then, but it will cut up again very, very quickly. So the first run will sort of be the most indicative, at least, of what the drivers will get on Friday before things get really abrasive on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, that's what we saw last year, wasn't it? Saturday caught out a number of the crews because the second time we came to Chile last year, and it was run at a different time of year. The time previous we were here in April, May. Conditions were different. Last year on the Saturday, the abrasiveness of the stages really did throw everyone, and it looks as if it's actually more abrasive this year than last year.
Yeah, you're right. I think, Saturday we're going to see similar situations to what we saw last year, and again on Sunday, very, very abrasive. The key thing is going to be tyre management. I think tomorrow, on Friday, we'll see the soft tyres being used, but on Saturday and Sunday will be a case of managing the tyres. And of course, now you're trying to save tyres, the hard tyre for the abrasiveness that you've got on Sunday, where if you're under the new regulations of the point system, you're scoring points again. So, yeah, I think tyres will be the main story of the weekend. Use the softs on Friday, and then save the hards for Saturday and Sunday. Remember, you've only got 12 hard tyres for the weekend.
You can see some statistics on the screen there. One of the big statistics for this weekend for Thierry Neuville is that this is the first event of the season where potentially he could seal the championship title. It would take an extreme set of circumstances for the other drivers, his rivals, but there is mathematically the chance that he could do it here. But it would take a really special scenario for it to happen.
Yeah, Thierry's got to have an absolute belter this weekend and hope that Ott Tanak and Sebastien Ogier have shockers. I personally hope that it doesn't happen this weekend. I want it to press on for as long as possible.
Yeah, it will do.
You can see how much, how abrasive the road surface is and how much it's cleaning. Again, I think this will be indicative of what Thierry can expect, certainly from tomorrow morning. There is going to be quite a bit of road cleaning going on. The other thing that we should keep our eye on across the weekend has been quite a lot of logging either side where the forestry commissions have been cutting down trees, which is a good thing because it helps the road dry out. You just get that little bit more sun coming through. So the surface of the road will hopefully dry because we've seen a vast amount of rain over the last couple of weeks. Look at that, a huge amount of cleaning going on.
Yeah, and that's obviously going to be a huge factor for Thierry on the opening day, as we all well know. The bridge he just passed over, there's quite a few of those along the route.
Yeah, they get incredibly slippy if it's wet, really slippy, they're like ice. So again, just opportunities to make mistakes, just where drivers just have to be aware of the changing conditions.
Talking of, if it does get wet, there is still the threat of rain, isn't there, on the Sunday? So that's the first time on the board for us. 3:28.9 for Thierry and Martin.
A lot of cleaning going on in there, Bex. I think for Thierry, that's kind of what he's going to be facing, certainly on Friday. He'll have learned a bit from that. And because I said that road has been used already, it'll cut up quite a lot now. So as you get into the second and third run of Shakedown later, the stage will evolve an awful lot. Just because that natural hard base that was there isn't there anymore, having been used by the P2 cars. You almost have repaired it, but you can only do so much, you know.
Let's cross out to the stock control, then Molly Pettit is there for us.
Jerry, good morning. Getting a first taste of what you can potentially expect tomorrow. What did this first run tell you?
Not very representative, so it didn't tell me much, to be honest. I have to do another run.
How are you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, looking forward. I mean, Friday stages are absolutely amazing. It won't be easy. The grip changes will be massive, but yeah, we know what we have to do.
You can really see how much it's cleaning. There's already a bit of a line appearing there for Oit. Those tricky little bridges as well, in a braking zone.
You know, Thierry mentioned there how beautiful the stages are on Friday. The scenery and everything here, we've done the recce for the past 2 years and had a look. And yeah, it's changed a little bit. You know, got some new sections added in this time around. It is pretty stunning out there, though. You know, the vistas are incredible. Not that these guys are focused on that at all. Our Estonian's failing us there, but anyone wants to translate what that was about, that would be much appreciated. Let's switch out to Sebastien Ogier and Vincent Londet now. A massive weekend for our drivers, obviously in Rally 1 cars, but you know, other championships can be decided here as well. We'll talk you through all of that throughout the weekend.
Hi, good morning. In Chile, it's safe to say that you've had a lot of success here in the past. What are you excited about this year's edition?
Yeah, let's see how the rally will be. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, quite interesting times at the moment. So, not sure how much we can say. So, but yeah, anyway, still living the dream and yeah, enjoying to drive the cars.
Okay, Mr. Tanak, what does that mean exactly? Well, that's one for us to try and work out and find out, and we will do that. He is a two-time winner, Roy Tanak. Of course, he's the only man to have been on the top step of the podium here when the WRC has been in Chile. He said, though, he doesn't feel it's an advantage. The past is the past. The speed and the pace of Sebastien Ogier and Vincent in Greece was something spectacular. And then obviously the drama of the power stage as well, Chenny. But this man never gives up.
No, absolutely not. You know, that's how Sebastien Ogier has been so successful in his rallying career. You know, I think there's no question he'll be pushing hard throughout the weekend. Very, very rough there. He's going slow. Seb's not on it at all there, Bex, so something's going on.
We'll find out now with Molly at the stock control. Have a good look around the car. So obviously Kalle are gesturing and they're looking at the dash there.
Yeah, he's pointed at the dash. Let's see if we can get a camera to point at that dash as well, to try and find out what's going on. You can't, you know, it's only speculation. We've got no idea.
No idea.
Molly will find out, but he backed off right towards the end of the stage, didn't he? So something's caused Seb to a bit of concern there. There's an alarm or something going on.
Flat left, 40, 3 right on the bump, 40. 3 left, minus 1.
Seb, good morning. Backing off towards the end of the stage. What's going on?
All good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, you're a little bit down on the time, obviously. And what's that about?
Nothing special.
I don't believe that. I don't know, we've both sat here looking at each other. I think Seb's just keeping his cards close to his chest there. Something probably is going on, but what it is, we don't know.
Yeah, we've got our crews out. There's a remote shakedown service today because this stage is around about 45 kilometres away from the base here in Conception. So we've got our crews out there. We'll do our best to try and find out. Keep an eye on social media throughout the day for any updates. Switch out to Elfyn Evans now, Scott Martin.
It's frustrating for us because obviously we want to know what's going on, but at the same time the drivers don't want to give anything away to the rest of the teams. That's why they do that. It's not them being deliberately difficult. You know, it's just that they don't want to give anything away. They don't want to, because the margins are so fine in the World Championship. You know, as Elfyn goes quickest through Shakedown, they just don't want to give anything away, and that's the competitive streak coming out. But yeah, for us, it's a bit frustrating. Ultimately, Seb dropping a bit of time towards the end of the stage there.
Adrien Fourmaux now. He told me a couple of events ago.
Yeah, I just think Adrian's going slow as well, Bex. Something's going on there. He should be going a lot quicker than that. That's it from Elfyn anyway.
Elfyn, good morning. That's quickest through on the first pass of Shakedown. Good feeling with everything?
I mean, it's hard to get a good feeling when the conditions are like that. I mean, it's very loose. Quite a bit of dust also. Excuse me. Yeah, it was tricky enough.
Can you tell us about the days ahead? Anything interesting on the itinerary?
Yeah, plenty. It's a nice rally, a really nice character, but of course, like all rallies, it has its challenges. Obviously, the wear on Saturday will be quite critical.
Yeah, he's referring there to the tyre wear on the Saturday stages, which did catch a lot of them out last year.
Yeah, Adrien just limping that car through the stage. He hasn't, on that graphic anyway, he hasn't changed down a gear for quite a long time. So I don't know if it's a gearbox issue or something like that. That's pulled third quite comfortably, hasn't it? And into fourth. So not a gearbox issue, obviously it's a power issue of some sort, but Adrien Fourmaux again. Like Sebastien, Ogier running into problems. Listen, it's frustrating when you get your weekend off to this kind of start, but if you're going to have these problems, Shakedown is where you want it to happen. You know, you want to iron out all the issues early on. This is not going to cost him anything championship-wise or rally-wise. Seat time, yeah, but if you're going to have a problem, then Shakedown's where you want it to happen. So.
No, you're absolutely right, and we've seen it over so many years, so many shakedowns where people do have problems, big problems even, and go on to win rallies. So, but yeah, as you can see, it's 28.9 seconds off the pace right at the front. We'll do our best to find out what's going on here.
Thierry Neuville will be praying that the roads aren't quite as loose as they are through this stage. As I said, it has been completely regraded. That's why it is so loose and abrasive. And if it is like that tomorrow morning, it's going to make for a very interesting first loop for him.
Okay, let's try and get to the bottom of this then.
Adrien, good morning. Clearly not off to the best of starts in there. What's going on?
Just all okay. We just need to get through, and that's okay. It's really abrasive at the end of the stage.
How are you feeling about the weekend ahead?
Sorry?
How are you feeling about the weekend ahead?
Well, it's first time in Chile. I'm really already enjoying the beautiful country, the landscape, etc. People are really nice, really warm where you come from them. So I'm really pleased, and yeah, I'm sure we're gonna enjoy because the stages are beautiful. So yeah, but the rally starts tomorrow.
Yeah, for Adrien Fourmaux, it might be his first time competing here, but he was commentating on the rally last year for Canal Plus. So he feels, even from that experience, he's got a lot of data and a lot of info on what goes on out there.
Yeah, I believe everything he said when he answered Molly's second question. Great stage, lovely people, everything else, but the first bit I'm not sure I'm buying into. Clearly there's some sort of issue there for Adrien, and the fact that he's not too concerned about it is really good. Kalle Rovanpera completes, as we'd expect, Bex, the stage getting quicker and quicker as it cleans. Kalle with a 3:22.1. Brilliant to see this man back as well in the top flight, Sami Piari.
Yeah, what another great opportunity for him this season. You know, I spoke to him after Rally Finland for the Backstories podcast, and, you know, kind of pushed him on when's going to be your next opportunity. He had no idea, and here we go in Chile for him. But let's catch up with Kalle.
Kalle, good morning. It's been a while since we've seen you. What are you thinking about this first pass of Shakedown?
Quite tricky condition, to be honest. A lot of loose gravel. Hopefully it's not that much in the rally. But yeah, for sure, nice to be back. I think we need to try to get the car a bit better on this kind of condition. But yeah, everything was still fine. So let's see how it goes.
You can see where that clean line is, Bex. Thierry Neuville didn't have any of that. It was just a complete, you know, it was just loose gravel across the entire road. So he'll have really struggled with any grip at all. That's what he was referring to when he got to the end of the stage. You know, it's he needs to do another run in these conditions. But I don't think it will be quite as bad as this on Friday morning. But certainly we're going to see an element of cleaning, as we do on every single gravel rally. So I think when Thierry comes through the next time and he's got loads of grip, that's not going to be indicative of what he's going to get tomorrow morning when he's first in. So, yeah, difficult for Thierry.
It'd be interesting to see what weather condition we get tomorrow morning as well, because early morning one day here this week we had quite thick fog covering the area for, you know, a number of hours. It took till, you know, the sun really came up fully for it to burn off. 5 seconds off the pace right at the front then for Sami Päivi and Eni Malkinen. Eni celebrating her birthday yesterday. We're a treat to be back in a Rally 1 car for them both. And we welcome Espeka Lappi and Jarne Firm back to the championship.
Just trying to think about what it could be, the things that it could be that drivers are getting to the end, they're saying everything's fine. It could be a tyre-saving thing because the conditions are so bad. Let's hear from Sami. We'll come back to that in a sec.
Sami, good morning. What a nice surprise to see you back in this car. You're smiling, so that pretty much says it all, I think.
Yeah, why not to smile in this case? Yeah, will be, I think, anyway, challenging rally. It's still my second time only with this car, so I think there is anyway enough challenge, but I'm trying to enjoy it, and that's the main plan. And yeah, the feeling is really good and nice, so it's fine.
I don't know, Bex, but just looking at the conditions of the road, because it is so grim, isn't it? You don't learn a lot from it. I just wonder whether or not maybe they are just saving tyres for a clean run through on the next stage. I don't know. We'll have to see. If anyone at M Sport is listening, if I'm on to anything there, let us know, because Adrien Fourmaux certainly seemed remarkably relaxed, didn't he, at the end, just going, everything's fine. I wonder if that's what it could be.
I think in terms of Adrien, yes, but in terms of what we saw from Ogier, different, because he
pointed at the dash, didn't he?
He looked concerned when he was in between the flying finish and the stop control, but it didn't sound too concerned in the end. But we'll try our best to find out throughout the day.
Finished the stage.
He has finished the stage at 6.7 seconds adrift of Kalle Rovanpera's time.
Yeah, as Julian's just quite rightly written into the group, he's obviously the tyres at Shakedown aren't part of the allocation for the rally. So there's no point absolutely mullering a set of tyres in these conditions. That's what I think is going on there anyway with Adrien and Sebastien Ogier. Maybe, like you said, Seb was pointing at the dash, let's see, but who knows?
EP, good morning. It's great to see you back in WRC. You didn't have the best time here last year, so what are you thinking about this year's edition?
Yeah, I had fun until, but yeah, for sure it's a challenging event. We saw last year as well, well for us, but also for the others, that the tire management is really important. So let's see. I hope we can enjoy as much as we did before the last corner last year.
And finish, please.
Yeah, it's a good answer from EP. You know, it wasn't the best of events for him, was it? You know, we all remember that incident. But as he said, he was having fun up until that point. And yeah, we've had, you know, our chief top writer on WRC.com, Tommy Meadows, who's also saying, you know, tyre allocation, that's going to be why a lot of them are not going as quickly as possible. The thing is, you don't get any points or anything for being fastest Shakedown. This is just to make sure that car is feeling okay out there. That's it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think under the conditions, that is, the door's flapping open there.
Oh dear.
Door just flapping open a little bit there. Give that a slam shut. There we go. Thanks, sir. Yeah, that's what I think is going on anyway. They're just saving tyres. There's no point in these conditions.
Yeah. For Gregoire Munster, this is going to be a nice return to an event on which he made his debut in a Rally 1 car last year. So the second time he goes back to an event in a Rally 1 car. So hopefully is going to help him after a huge learning year this year. It's always been the first time in a Rally 1 car, first time in a Rally 1 car every event. At least this one will be the second time. And we are really delighted to see Martins Sesks back behind the wheel of a Rally 1.
That glare from the sun, when you've got the hanging dust as well, it just adds to the challenge of trying to pick your line. You've got to be so precise in where you place the car.
Greg, good morning. All the way over here in Chile. I'm so glad I can now finally say that it's your second time round in this car. How are you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, I'm happy as well. We can say that it's much easier in the Ricky and so on. I was a bit disturbed in the shakedown because my door went open halfway through, but yeah, it's really rough and not so representative in terms of texture, road surface compared to the rally. So we need to keep in mind we need some tires for the weekend.
And there you go, from the horse's mouth himself. I loved his comment when we were talking about this event last year. Greg Warren, he said, you know, after they'd done the shakedown, him and Louis, the first round of shakedown, they were just laughing to each other because of the sheer force and the energy of the hybrid power off the line. They just couldn't get over it. Martins and Renard's back then in the non-hybrid Rally 1.
A great run through from Martins. Yeah, again, non-hybrid. It's one of those stages where you're not using a vast amount of hybrid. There's not lots of heavy acceleration zones. But as we've seen, Martins in that car has got huge amounts of pace. Be really interested to see what he can do over the weekend. That's the last Rally 1 car we'll see. We move on now to the WRC 2 cars and Oliver Solberg. Another man on a steady cruise. He's not flat out at all, is he, Bex? Let's hear from Martins.
Martins, good morning.
It's not fair, it's that fast, it's so fast.
And your second fastest so far, well done.
I haven't been more than a month in this car. It's like, from the acceleration point, is that you drive and you know your eyes are a bit like, you're dizzy for the first kilometers, really.
Sounds like fun. What are you making of Chile so far?
Rich thought that I have to make good stage end interviews. So that's one of the things. Other than it, and then he said, if you're feeling good in the car, then we can drive faster. Yeah.
I'd like to thank Rich for saying that.
Yeah. This is more than a conservative run through here.
Yeah, he's going very, very steady, isn't he, Bex? But
So we know the reasons why now. So let's just talk about his hopes this weekend, that because that WRC2 championship could be clinched out there for himself. He's just recently celebrated his, what, 23rd birthday?
getting old on him.
Feels like he's 40 because he's been around such a long time.
Yeah, and he's got such a bright future ahead of him, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
And you know, he's had he jumped. Was in the top flight for a little while with Hyundai, and and then took the step back, and I think that was absolutely the right decision for Oliver to make. There's no rush because the pace is there, the natural talent is there. So for Oliver Solberg, yeah, the future is very bright. Yes, the championship is within touching distance now, isn't it, Bex? But I don't really think he should be thinking about that stuff. You know, that'll come. For now, just focus on the job in hand. You can already see, you know, I was talking about how the road was repaired, but it will rut up. You can already see that it's very, very soft. It's already starting to rut. Just from the 10 or so Rally 1 cars that have gone through. And you know, not all of them were at full tilt either, so.
Well, the fans have been out there at full tilt voting this weekend for who they think is going to be on the top step of the podium. Come the end of it, who do you think's a favourite, Chenny? You get one guess.
I'd like to see Tanak or Sebastien Ogier on the top step. I imagine most people would say Kalle Rovanpera.
Absolutely right. 31% of the fans have gone with Kalle Rovanpera, 28% with Tanak, 11% with Ogier.
Yeah,
so yeah,
for the championship, it'd be nice to see the gap come down a little bit. I'd like to see it roll on all the way to Japan, but
yeah, so would we all. It's the dream, isn't it? Championship title going down to the final round, but let's see how it all plays out. As we said, within touching distance of the title for Oliver Solberg. Let's see how he's going to approach the weekend.
Oliver, good morning. A potential big weekend coming up, and if last year is anything to go by, you might have some success this weekend. What are you making out of this first pass of Shakedown?
No, I drove in road mode the whole stage because I needed tires for the rally. So it's a bit of a pointless shakedown for us, unfortunately. But it's yeah, I tried to think about the weekend and shakedown. I don't care at the moment, so it's exciting. I'm a little bit nervous, of course. I have to say, you know, it's a big weekend, but I just have to do like normal, and then it probably should be fine.
I love that. Just have to do like normal.
Yeah, that's true. Just get in the car and do what you normally do. You know, don't think about the championship. Don't think about the extra pressures, because all that will do is disturb your natural flow. So yeah, big weekend for Oliver, but I think, you know, he's absolutely right. Just try to block that out.
Yep. Johan Rossell now then completes. So we switch out to Jan Solans. And let's cross out to Molly at the stop control.
Johan, good morning. On the podium last time out in Greece. What are you making of this weekend in Chile?
I hope the same speed to Greece without mistake. The plan is just to enjoy. It's the last event on gravel. I enjoy a lot this year on gravel, and the plan is to continue like that.
Yeah, Johan Rossell making a fair point. It is the last gravel event of the season for us. 2 tarmac events to complete the 2024 season. Central European Rally with its 3 different countries, all formed into one rally, and of course Japan to close it all off at the end of the year. We've seen some, you know, really strong results from Solans on gravel. It's difficult though when you're coming to events where other drivers do have experience. And I think this will be an event that suits him. You know, we've already seen him on the top step of the podium in WRC 2 earlier this year in Portugal.
Yeah, it's a brilliant rally. You're able to get into a flow, you know, and it's similar in Portugal. You know, the roads are very flowing. You get into a rhythm. So I do think this will suit Jan Solans. And again, we've seen his pace is naturally there as well. The experience perhaps isn't, but it'll come. And I mean, like, of this rally, but for sure, you know, Jan will be hoping for a good weekend.
Jan, good morning and welcome to South America. How are you finding everything so far?
Yeah, everything is fine. We did a great test also here. at the last part, and I'm quite happy with the car and how the team has been working on the car. So let's see. It's a new rally for me again, so we will try to do our best, and let's see.
Just going back to what Oliver Solberg did there, Bex, where he just drove through the stage in road mode. It says two things. One, obviously, that he is focusing on just time management, saving the tyres, because come the end of the rally, that will be important. It's so abrasive here. We saw it last year. The other thing is, it just goes to show how comfortable he is in the car. He doesn't feel like he needs to actually use the shakedown to get a feeling of what the car's doing underneath him. He's that comfortable in it that he can just drive through, tick the box of doing shakedown, which you have to do by regulation. So it says that Oliver's feeling comfortable in the car and thinking about tyres already at this before the rally has even started.
Yeah, I think you make a very valid point. He's obviously feeling pretty comfortable. Nikolai Gryazin we're watching now. You can see the countdown to Solens' fastest time within the WRC2 category. And Nikolai is faster. Got a full rundown, a big weekend for him also. So many drivers who are in the mix for various categories out here in Chile this weekend. And obviously we are coming towards the end of the season. You would expect that. Kaito Kajtanovic and Maciek now.
See, he's on a cruise as well, Bex. Just going slowly. This is maybe something that can be looked at going forward on those abrasive rallies. Do we change the regs so that the tyre allocation isn't part of the rally so that we can learn something, make Shakedown more of a spectacle?
Good morning. Tell me about your plan this weekend in Chile.
Cannot say everything, but for sure, just the Friday we need to see the feeling how the car goes, and because the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like Friday is completely different race compared to this road, compared to the Saturday. Like you need to have like two package for this Friday and Saturday, I would say. So it's difficult here to understand if the car is good for the shakedown stage or for the race or for the Saturday. So yeah, just pass through because still we need to save the tires. So just to get the feeling to understand how the baseline is.
Yeah, he makes again a valid point, like many drivers are. You know, you've got Friday, which is completely different to what you're seeing on Saturday. Saturday, Sunday stages are very, very close to each other in terms of region, but it's the Saturday stages which are the most abrasive. Sunday, in fact, from the recce, some of the early stages on Sunday morning, quite muddy in parts. Okay, it's going to be dry for the next few days, but there is the threat of rain still hovering over Sunday. It keeps appearing and disappearing in the forecast.
Yeah, it's, as you said, it's kind of a, Nikolai alluded to it there, it's kind of a rally of two halves, isn't it? And they're both very, very different. Friday, I think, like I said at the start, I think we'll see the soft tyre being used. And then Saturday and Sunday, we go to that region, a completely different region of Chile, where it is very, very abrasive, and that's when we'll see tyre management really coming into play. Very, very abrasive, and that's where the hard tyre will be used, but you have to think about saving tyres for Sunday, for the points that you score on Sunday, and of course for the power stage as well. I suspect on Sunday we'll be seeing a cross pattern being used. I think the soft and the hard will be being used. And as well, I'm sure we'll see drivers opting for two tyres to bring two spares with them as well, Bex.
Be an interesting end to the rally, but it's a long way to go until we get to that point. Ceremonial start later tonight, which we'll be broadcasting live before we get underway with our stages tomorrow morning. Let's switch out now to Fauzi Aldemar. In the Skoda Fabia RS here in Chile. Hailing from Paraguay, of course, and we saw that event run last week. More on that throughout the weekend.
Kaito, good morning. Back in Chile. I'll never forget that tough luck that you had on Sunday last year. Hopefully you have a better rally this time.
Yeah, hopefully. We never know. This is what we love, to be honest. It's gonna be a tough weekend for everyone, for the tires.
Saturday stages are very demanding and more abrasive than everywhere.
More than last year?
Yeah, but the last one, the hardest is the same.
Yeah, I spoke to a few drivers yesterday, and you know, they did confirm that they feel it is a little bit more abrasive than actually what they saw last year. We'll see how Saturday plays out when we get to it. That is Fouz Aldebar through, though. 5 seconds off Gryazin's pace, who was fastest through in WRC2. And if you are just joining us, it's run 1 of Shakedown. We have the ceremonial start coming up for you later on today.
Fouz, good morning. It's time to tackle Chile in the Skoda this time. How are you feeling about the weekend?
Good morning. Okay, yeah. You know, it's different car, but okay, the objective is the same. We will try to keep improving, and yeah, really happy to be here. You know, it's first time also with my family team. We brought that team from Paraguay, so yes, we are really trying to enjoy this, have fun, and yeah, of course, try to get a good result.
Yeah, it's a big weekend for the whole family. Like you said, we're normally used to seeing him in Hyundai, but he's in the Skoda this weekend. Classifications for you then on run 1 of Shakedown. Kalle Rovanpera with the fastest time with 3:22.1. Then Sesks behind, then Evans, Pyrie, Tanak, Lappi, Neuville, Munster, Gryazin and Ogier. But obviously we saw some tyre saving within the stage, so maybe not quite as representative as we're normally used to seeing on a Shakedown stage. We're going to head out now, though, to the remote service and catch up with Kiri.
Yeah, indeed we are at the remote service here in Chile. The Toyota's behind us, heading out for their second run. If you're wondering about where we are, well, we're just outside Conception through a town called Rafael. So that's where this remote service will be unfolding for the day. And of course, the rally will be unfolding for you throughout the weekend. Well, let's just give you an idea of the times of those stages that are coming up throughout the weekend. We're going to be here covering all 16 stages, the over 300 kilometers we will be showing for you. So we will not miss a minute, not miss a single beat. Right, let's have a look at those times for you of the stages as they come up throughout the weekend. So we have got for you tonight, as you may have heard your commentators talking about, the ceremonial start. Then on Friday morning, it's 8:30 till 6:45. That stage is 1 till 6. Saturday is 9 till 7:45. Stage is 7 till 12. And Sunday, 8:15 till 3 o'clock. We'll be finding out, has Tanak managed to win yet another Chile? Or Thierry Neuville, as you heard your commentator saying as well, could potentially, there is a slim chance, could win the championship here. I think it's probably going to go right down to the wire, but there is still mathematical potentials. Well, we're talking about that championship title fight. Let's have a look at exactly where everybody's sitting at the moment. So I'm sure, as you well know by now, Thierry Neuville is out in front, 192 points. Second is Tanak, 158 points. Sebastien Ogier is the other likely suspect to contend that challenge in third. Elfyn Evans, 55 points off the top spot there with 140 points, and then Adrien Fourmaux, Kalle, Taka, Danny Sordo, Sami Pyrie and Esapekka Lappi. So as you're seeing back in, the subs are coming back in. Esapekka Lappi is back in. Sami Pyrie is back in for this weekend as well. So those are some of the drivers that we're seeing. And of course, Kalle Rovanpera and Sebastien Ogier here. So those are all the names that have been switching in and out all weekend. All right, so well, we will be with you for the evening and the ceremonial start. And like I said, all of the action throughout all of the weekend. So make sure you join us back a bit later on. But until then, we'll see you later.